I just want to quickly have a chat to you as a board member of the Outdoor Council of Australia, which is the many peaks or many of the peaks in our industry, whether it's Outdoors WA, Outdoors SA, Outdoors Vic, Outdoors New South Wales, ACT, Outdoors Queensland, not CORF anymore, as well as Australian Camps Association, Christian Venues Association, and Scouts Australia. And we've obviously been speaking to a number of you and many across the sector for some time, and it was time that we stepped up the plate. And so we're going to be organising, and there'll be more detail very soon, a national summit. And the national summits really are around creating a positive cycle for the outdoors sector. With that in mind, the main parts of that particular cycle that I just have popped up there is really just creating a positive cycle from the recruitment of students in year 9 to year 12, as well as mature age students, and also other parts of the community that are jumping across from emergency services and things like that, and coming to work for us, which is a growing trend, which is fantastic. Really communicating that to a whole lot more people in the community, including every single student in Australia between the ages of 14 and 18. The next thing that we need to address is the clarity of the various training pathways. You know, there's Pedal Australia, there's Climbing Instructors Association, there's the Ski Instructors Association, there's the private registered training organisations, there's the TAFEs, there's the universities, and making that a whole lot clearer to anyone who wants to join us and what kind of training they need to do, where they need to do it, how they need to do it, what's the consistency of training. Another piece of that particular cycle is around accreditation, whether we do go hard on an individual accreditation as well as improve business accreditation. Desktop audits, you speak to an insurance company, they're not too convinced about those anymore around our accreditation systems. And then it's all about talking and discussing and working out the most superior products and services that we can provide. And we've heard some of these tonight. There's some really innovative ways that we can offer a superior service and a better product to our clients from some of the things that Damon's talked to us about tonight. And then it's about, boosting client numbers, boosting profitability of the firms and institutions that are involved in our particular industry. And it's about galvanising our marketing efforts around communicating to international tourists, domestic tourists, school groups, community groups, as well as therapists and others in the allied health community that are looking to us for solutions to help out with their troubled youth, disadvantaged youth, underrepresented groups like families that have someone living with a disability that want our help to get them into the outdoors, have fantastic experiences. So it's about how do we galvanise our marketing efforts around that. And then the final piece of the puzzle, from a positive cycle perspective to keep this thing kicking on, is better pay conditions and higher retention levels of our professionals in our sectors. And all that leads then into the positive story back around to those students at 14 years of age wondering what kind of career they want. And when we come knocking, they've already heard of our great reputation and are dying to join us and have a long career with us. So it's really about having a really sincere look at that. And that's a summit of, we're going to be inviting 100 people. Those 8 different peaks will be inviting approximately 13 each. And then there'll be chairs from that particular board that will chair those particular circles. And then we'll also have a very democratic way of everyone being able to connect with that particular chair from across our sector to be able to share good ideas, concerns, issues, solutions to some of the questions that are going to come up, because definitely it's a gathering of the minds. It's going to be very exciting. And I think a number of the people on the call tonight will be invited. So wanted to let you know in advance. But I think it's something that it's not going to take weeks. It's not going to take months. It's going to take years. And it's probably going to take some funding from some of the governments. And that's why having the peaks involves handy. But we need to have whole bunch of wonderful people to get together to start working on those things quite sincerely over the next number of months and years. Thanks very much for letting us showcase what we're going to chat about in 2 weeks' time at the Outhouse. That's right. We'll be back to have a chat about this in a little bit more detail again.